Good morning, children. How are you? Hope you all are doing fine and enjoying and making the full use of the lockdown period. Here we are into a lockdown, definitely. 2 more weeks have been increased. We have to be more cautious and alert and take care of ourselves. Wash, and wash your hands. That is the only mantra. Sorry. There is no other tantra. Okay, children? You keep washing your hands. And now today, wash your hands and then start listening to this. Take the mobile in your hand. And as I had already told you, that flying together has a word, flying. That's an action word, as already told. Here you can see in this picture these two birds, that is mother and the little geese, baby geese, goose and geese. Goose is the singular of geese, geese is the plural of goose. So these two are flying high up in the sky. This is one action word, and today we'll read this and try to find out the verbs in this chapter, page first. What? Having a closer look. You need to have a closer look. You all must be having your textbooks. If not, then pay attention here. What are some of the things your parents and your teachers tell you to do on time? Get up in the morning, do the homework, pack your school bags. Of course, you don't come to school these days doesn't mean that you don't have to pack your bag. You still have to be organized and have a definite timetable, work in a pattern, disciplined way in your house. There is a time for studying, washing, cleaning, meditating, eating, drinking, merrymaking. So there is plenty of time you've got in this lockdown, and make the best use of it. So here, which I read just now, you can see I've underlined few of them which came in my notice. Tell. Teachers tell you to do. Tell. This is another verb. That's an action verb. Telling is the present tense, and will tell will be the future tenses if you look at it. Get up is another action verb here. Then in the next sentence, what happened when you didn't do as they asked? Asked. Ask is a present. Asked and will ask will be the future. So you can always, any verb, you can always see the tenses used in them. Is it present tense, past tense, or future tense? You can easily find out. So here, before I begin, let me give you a closer look of these verbs. Actually, we are dealing with verbs. What are verbs actually? Here looking at this, verb is from the Latin verbum, meaning word that conveys in action an occurrence or a state of being. Verb is a part of speech that tells about an action or a state of being. A verb is the essential part of a sentence. You really can't take out a meaning from a sentence if the verb is missing from it. See, like in this case, the teachers you to do on time. Suppose we take out the tell from it. Teachers or the parents you to do on time. Suppose you cover this tell. Teachers you to do on time. Suppose you remove the word tell, that you remove the verb from a sentence, it doesn't mean anything. You really can't make out what the sentence is saying, what action it's asking you to do. It could be teachers dash you to do on time, want you to come on time. Also, you can replace it by many more verbs also. So here the verb is the most important part of a sentence, which gives a meaning to it. So there are many types of words, however. Main are action verbs, linking verbs and helping verbs. But today we'll take up the action verbs. For linking and helping verbs, I'll take another separate class for you children. Without a verb, a sentence cannot be complete. This is what I was saying. So let's here begin this. Deep in a forest stood a very tall tree. Its leafy branches spread out like strong arms. Now here in this stood, can you give the tense? There's a main verb always, like it stands. Stand is the main verb, and stood and will stand will be the future tense. Stood is the past tense of the main word stand. Stood, stand and will stand will be the future here. So we need to go into every word and try to find out the tenses, also how it would change if used in the past tense, present tense or future tense. Or for the present tense, that is just which is happening, present continuous tense, it will be the tree is standing in the middle of the road. The boy is standing on the footpath. So here this is standing would be present continuous. I would send you another link where you can see the different parts of speeches also, where verb is one of them. So here moving on better to the next. Deep in a forest stood a very tall tree. Its leafy branches spread out like strong arms. Spread, spreading, will spread. Okay, this is also an action verb. This tree was the home of a flock of wild geese. They felt safe there. One of the geese was a wise old bird. These sentences I have underlined for a different reason, but as I have underlined the prepositions also, like at, you can see creeper at the foot. So I'll take another lesson for that. However, I have a book here and I'm using it for many purposes during the lockdown. I'm wanting to bring the best to you through this. He noticed a small creeper. Here again, noticed is also an action verb. A small creeper at the foot of the tree. He spoke to other birds about it. Spoke. Spoke is what? The main verb is speak. The past tense is spoke and the future would be will speak. Okay. So, spoke is also one which I have of course not underlined here. You can underline it. Do you see that creeper? See. Seeing is also the present tense of see. Saw. SAW. Saw would be the past tense and will see will be the future tense. I'll give you words and their tenses separately. Today we're just seeing and trying to find out the main verbs here mentioned in this chapter on the first page. He said to them, "Let us destroy it." Why must we destroy it? Actually, destroy is also a verb. The tenses would be, however, destroy, destroyed, and destroying, of course, with the present continuous, and will destroy will be the future tense. Asked the geese in surprise, "It is so small, what harm can it do?" My friends replied, "The wise old bird, that little creeper will soon grow." Again here, grow. Grow, will grow, and the past would be grew. As it creeps up this tree, it will become thick and strong. What of that? Asked the geese. What harm can a creeper do to us? Don't you see? Replied the wise bird. With the help of that creeper, it will be possible for someone to climb this tree. A hunter can come up and kill us all. So here see. C replied, help, climb, come, kill. In the last passage, these are some of the action verbs. This activity I had asked you to do yesterday, that you have to underline the action words which you find in the entire chapter Flying Together. As you've done it here on the first page, I expect that you would read the whole chapter and try to find out the action verbs and underline them prominently. Then write these words down in your copy, learn them, and try to write the past tense, present tense, and the future tenses using these words. We'll come up and catch up with this in the next class, of course. So children, this phase we're talking about is definitely about lock up. The action words, few examples more I would like to share with you. That is through tongue twisters. Do you know some of the tongue twisters? We use them and we'll try to find out the words in the tongue twisters also. Here one for you. See how many I've got. We'll all try to speak up and say it aloud. Although I've written it in a very light colored, because it's less about watching and reading, it's more about speaking. So not paying so much of stress on the written part, that's just a hint and a clue. You have to. I've underlined the verbs here although, but I'm going to speak up, and what you're going to do is to listen and try to repeat it as fast as you can. You begin with slowly and gradually, like 3 free throws. 3 free throws. You better take it as a dictation also, Vita. Take a pencil and a copy. Whenever you take up my class, don't forget to hold a pencil in your hand, your textbook around you, and a copy. Probably a rough, or if you made a proper classwork formal copy, it would be fine, depending on the situation around your house. If the stationery shops are open, you can get them or ask your parents to do. If, however, for some reason or the other, you are unable to do it, unable to purchase, it's fine. You can even write a rough page using a pencil or a pen, whatever. Main aim is to learn, is to utilize this time in a positive way in learning and drawing confidence. Okay, don't worry, everything is streaming. I've got another poem also, after this 4 lines I jotted down today, and I will definitely want to share it with you, where you've got many action words which I've used in this lockdown. Probably the parts of creativity with plenty of time around, and if you have prayers. So here we begin with the tongue twisters. 3 free throws. So here the throw, throwed, threw, and throw, will throw. These are the 3 tenses. Of course, we don't get into tenses now. We better enjoy speaking the tongue twisters. That is 3 free throws. I have added just 5 of them. The second one is, she sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. Okay, so it's a very common one. However, you need to practice to get your fluency and correct pronunciation. And then Betty bought a butter, but the butter was bitter. Betty bought a butter, but the butter was bitter. Well, it's a long one, but just for you, for you this much will be enough. We'll have the longest ones later. Then we have one more common one, that's about Peter, a boy who used to smoke pipe, and he used to love to eat pickled peppers. So here's about him. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked. Where's a peck of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? It's a long one where you don't have to learn all that. Just the first sentence. Peter Piper pecked a peck of pickled peppers. Okay, the pepper is what? गोल मिर्च को पेपर कहते हैं, PPPER. Don't confuse it with paper, PAPER, pepper and pepper. Okay, use it in the food stuff while cooking. You must go to the kitchen, ask your mother where's the pepper. Koli mirch, gol mirch or kali mirch also, as we say in India. The big beautiful blue balloon burst. The big beautiful blue balloon burst. The big beautiful blue balloon burst. Okay, so which is the action verb? Burst. Yes, it burst, will burst, and it is bursting. This is all tenses. Sometimes I've used the present first and the future first, sometimes the past first. So you have to use your common sense beta and then complete your work. Learn it nicely and send me the videos with your tongue twisters when you get it right and you're practicing. Okay, and what about, yes, we missed on this. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled pepper. Okay, picked is the action word. He picked a peck of pickled peppers. Okay, and Betty bought a butter, but the butter was bitter. Betty bought a butter, but the butter was bitter. This is the sentence, and the bought word is the action word. Then she sells seashells on the seashore. Then the first one, 3 free throws. 3 free throws, 3 free throws, 3 free throws. Keep saying it again and again. At least 10 times you try speaking them fast as you could. That will help you in a better fluency skill and help you in speaking out the complicated similar sounding words. You know, these are technically required to train your brain, because generally the brain does not adopt to repeatedly listening to the same kind of sound again and again, and then it gets stuck. So you need to give your brain a practice so that it get accustomed to by repeated practice. You know, your word again. Try again till you succeed. This is such an important saying. We all must stick to it, you know. Try again till you succeed. And one more is good, better, best. Never rest till your good is better and your better best. So children, you must keep trying to improve. Now I want to give you some of the clips. I remember last time I've given you a vocabulary of action words. Just have a glimpse of these, you know, so that it reminds you of. I've given you practice of this here. And smiling, eating, taking, giving, swimming, milking, swelling, studying, this reading, writing, jumping, you know, playing, standing, chatting, painting, sitting, singing, flying, climbing, talking, cycling, running, crying, sleeping, and speaking, sleeping. So these are many, you know. You say them fast and say them right. Try your best. And one more poem also I've got, till you have a glimpse of this picture, and I read the poem now with you. Come up again with the next session of verbs. Thank you. Good luck.